All right, President Obama promised transparency and claimed the NSA was not abusing its authority. But an internal audit leaked by an internal audit, and then you had Edward Snowden's leaks, revealed a different story in certain respects. The agency had nearly 3,000 violations, none of them deemed intentional. But that happened in 1 year alone. The NSA says there were mistakes, but lawmakers from both sides of the aisle aren't buying it. Joining in to talk about this, former congressman out of Ohio and Fox News contributor now, Dennis Kucinich. Congressman, are you concerned about this? Because some on the right are concerned, some of the left are concerned, and then you have like a Peter King and a Congressman Rogers who say, I knew about this the whole time.
Our American way of life is at stake here. What it means to be an American is at stake. Our Constitution is at stake. Am I concerned? You bet I am. When I see our government massively going into people's private lives, the defense is, well, you know, we're doing it billions of times, and these thousands of times a year are just a small percentage. What a confession. We need to get this under control and do it fast, because our whole democratic way of life is being chipped away here. Here's
what, believe it or not, the guy who hasn't been there since 2008 is the one defending it coherently. What do you think about former CIA and NSA Director Hayden? He said all the incidents were inadvertent. No one claims that any rules were intentionally violated. All the incidents were discovered and corrected by the NSA himself, and two-thirds of the incidents were comprised of roamers, legitimately targeted foreigners who were temporarily in the United States. Your reaction?
Well, we know from the Washington Post report of last week that there has been a constructive effort on the part of the NSA to subvert the FISA court to make sure that no violations or minimum violations were reported. This is a problem. Congress is kept in the dark. The president's kept in the dark. The FISA court's kept in the dark. Our rights are being subverted. No, it's not acceptable, and we have to challenge it, and we have to challenge it forcefully.
All right. Now, Congressman, do you agree that we need to keep certain things secret in order to successfully surveil our would-be enemies/terrorists? Do you agree with that?
Well, we have to look at, I don't know, we have to look at, I mean, you know, that's axiomatic what you say, except we have to look at the instant case here right now where the NSA is engaged in massive surveillance against the American people. The question that I ask is, are we being protected by the NSA, or do we need to be protected from the NSA?
That's true, and that's a good concern, but is there anybody that you think that is going against America? Do you think that General Alexander is against America? Do you think that the people within the NSA are trying to spy on Dennis Kucinich? Or are they trying to stop the next Hassan from shooting his colleagues?
This is about the Constitution, which has a personality all of its own. I can cite you chapter and verse. First Amendment violations, Fourth Amendment violations, Fifth Amendment violations, Sixth Amendment violations, and 14th Amendment violations that are going on right now because of the way the NSA is conducting its activities involving the American people.
So you think the president and all these other people that are working the NSA to grow it have lost their way?
Well, I don't know if they understand exactly what's happening. When you see the president go on Fox and other networks and make the comments that basically assure the American people, don't worry about it, there's no violation, there's no massive spying on Americans, and then you see reports surface just a few days later that contradict the president's assurances, one of two things is happening. Either the president himself is being kept in the dark, or the president knows and isn't telling the American people.
Real quick, because I want to get to Kai. I'm just going to give you a scenario. The NSA, within 3 months, gets disbanded, gets voted down by Congress, and things start blowing up in New York City and Los Angeles. What do you think then?
Well, first of all, the scenario is this. We have over a dozen spy agencies, and we have state and local police who have been involved in gathering information. The question is, can we protect our country without shredding our Constitution? It's our Constitution which is our first line of protection.
Okay, but it's not a suicide pact, and you know how this debate goes. Good debate, Congressman. Always love having you on. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, straight ahead, listen.